Happy Sunday! Hope you're enjoying the long weekend. I just want to send out a thank you note to a lot of you for your support, for your backing me, for your sharing of stories. I had a couple of bad days last week with my mental health, and that's something I've always been open about, talked about. I think it's important. It's important as a public figure. It's important as a man. A couple of things happen when you're a man and you share stories about mental health. Either you get supported by a small group, or it just goes the other way. People shy away from it. I don't want people to shy away from it. I think it's important that we talk about it. And that's why I share my stories. So thank you for being part of it. And of course, sharing your support and sharing your stories. I'm always here. I'm always here to listen. If you're having a tough day, just direct message me. Just let me know. I'm always around. One of the things that I struggle with, and it's funny, I've been working a lot on figuring out why. Why do I react certain ways? Why do I do things a certain way? Why do things happen in here? And one of the things that both Jen and I work on, and she's really helped me with breaking down childhood and things. When you're 7 to 9 years old, it's basically who you're going to be as a person. For me, what I've realized kind of hit me like a bolt of lightning last week. It's a huge fear of failure, and that's been something just in the back of my brain for years since I was a kid. And it's not really one specific source. It's definitely not my parents. They've always been supportive. Sometimes here and there, maybe, should ya? But it's more just as authority figures, bosses, managers, coaches, and that's a big part of it, especially when it comes to sports. Obviously, I'm not a big man. And I was a small kid. I got bullied a little bit here and there, picked on sometimes, and then when it came to sports, I always had to work a little bit harder, and I never maybe got the support I needed, and that really affected me in the back of my head, and it was the fear of failure. Well, if I strike out now, I'm going to be on the bench. If I drop a pop-up now, I'm going to be on the bench. If I don't dig that volleyball out, I'm going to be on the bench. That would always just go. If I don't get an 80%, I'm going to be looked at as a failure. Failure. In my jobs, in my relationships, in my friendships, it's always a fear of failure, and it makes me, it snowballs. Simple things like putting together a piece of IKEA furniture. One thing goes wrong, get frustrated. 2 things go wrong, more frustrated. 3 things go wrong, anger. So angry for nothing. Happens in sports. Bad shot in golf, strikeout in ball, pop-up, whatever. It just rolls and it snowballs if you can't fix it within that moment. And that's hard. But that's kind of the nice thing about working so hard on yourself, is that you get to pinpoint these things and then you can fix it. And it was really, really awesome to go, oh, that's where some of that comes from. That fear of failure, and it was really enlightening. So again, continue to work, continue to share your stories. As I said, I'm always here. I think it's important work. I think it's something that we need to stop ignoring. Talk about freely, talk about openly. Talking helps. It helped me last week. It was huge. It was a huge help, and it allowed me to free my mind to dig in, wonder why do I do things? Why do I react this way? Why am I the way I am? And you can dig and pinpoint stuff and help yourself fix it a little bit. So thank you. Continue to work. It's okay to not be okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.